Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today what we're going to be doing here on Hanging with Hannah is we are going to do a seafood pot pie. Now this one I just use the crab and corn bisque soup base, and I just thicken that up and use that as our pot pie filling. Right here what I'm doing is I'm just starting with peeling, and then I'm going to cut up some carrot to put in there just because I wanted a little bit of extra vegetable. I also do add like a half a can of drained green beans to this filling as well, and a little bit just to kind of fill it out a little bit more. A suggestion that I would make, if you are capable, is adding like some shrimp to this would also be delicious, but we have some shrimp allergies in our household, so we just stuck with the crab, made sure everybody was safe. But that's what we're doing today. So as you can see, I've just got those carrots peeled and cut up. And what I'm doing here is called an oblique cut. So you just kind of like do little quarter turn, little quarter turn, little quarter turn, and you get these nice chunks of carrot. And I kind of like it a little bit better than carrot rounds, so that's why I like to do it. And then all I'm going to do is just start by getting that kind of cooking down in a pan with a little bit of olive oil, and I just season it with some salt and pepper. I'm going ahead and I'm cooking that now, so that way, because our soup base, our pot pie base is already cooked, so I want everything to have the same amount of cook time. So to make a pot pie, we have to make a crust, and I'm just making a simple like pâte brisée style crust, which is just very, very fancy version of pie crust essentially. I love the Martha Stewart recipe. It's one that I have used for well over 15 years, I would say. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But it's super simple. You know, you just start off with 2 sticks of butter, and then I cube those up really small, and then I put them back in the fridge. Like, the key to a great flaky pie crust is you want it to be cold when you make it. So putting everything in the fridge, and if you have the time, even putting the mixing bowl and the flour and everything like that in the fridge just to get a nice little chill on it. Here in Texas, I do that sometimes just because like it's just so hot, especially here towards the end of August. So it just makes things a little easier. So while your butter is still in the fridge chilling, we're going to start putting all of the dry ingredients for our crust together. So I'll link the recipes, I'll put them down in the description box, but this is super simple. It's like 2.5 cups of flour, a tablespoon of sugar, a tablespoon of salt, 2 sticks of butter, and then just ice cold water. Generally it's about 1/4 cup, but it just depends. Like, you just add a little bit in at a time. Pie crusts are just very much about just doing it a lot until you get a feel for it. So that's what we're doing right here, and it's super easy. Don't be intimidated, please. So as you can see, I'm just adding in that butter that's been in the fridge, and we're just going to slowly, lightly, like barely kick your mixer on and let all of that blend together. And it's going to get very, like the butter will get into little tiny ball size, and it'll look almost like the texture of wet sand at the beach. And then again, just add that water little by little. I think I add no more than a tablespoon at a time, if I'm being honest, until it just all comes together. And once the dough does all come together, all you're going to do is wrap it in some plastic wrap and put it in the refrigerator to rest and to continue to cool. And these are our carrots that have been sauteing for a little bit of time. Just gonna give those a nice little shake. They're looking really good. They're starting to get a little bit tender because I put the lid on there to allow them to steam through, which I love. And I'm just gonna add in that soup base now. So I already pre-cooked that. The recipe is up here on the channel already, so make sure you check that out. And we're just gonna add that in, and I'm gonna cut it on kind of like a low to a medium low. Let that come up to heat, and then we will add a slurry to thicken it. So now I'm going to show you what the pie crust looks like. I'm just going to work it with my hand a little bit, just kind of bring it all together, but you don't want to overwork it with your hands because again, the heat from your hands is detrimental to this. And I just put a little bit of flour just to keep it from sticking, and we're just going to wrap that in some plastic wrap, and then that's going to go in the fridge to rest. So our pot pie filling has been heating up for some time now. It's been coming up to heat. You can see that it's reducing down as well, which is what you want because we want this to be a little bit thicker than a soup consistency for pot pie. And then here I'm just adding half a can of drained green beans. That was the perfect amount for me. If you want more, add more. If you don't want to do that at all, don't worry about it. You could even add, if I would have had it, I would have added some frozen peas in there, but I just didn't have any in the freezer at this time. So off to the side in a baking dish, I've already rolled out one of the pieces of pie crust, and I'm just piercing that with a fork, and that's going to be the bottom crust. And then I'm going to show you how I roll out the top one and put that all together. So you're just going to start by lightly flouring your surface. I like to flour the surface, a little bit of the dough, and a little bit of the rolling pin, and then also like whatever residual you'll have on your hands. Now, typically for pie crust, you want to roll it out in a circle because it's for a pie. I wanted a rectangle, so that's why I'm rolling it out this way. Otherwise, you just do little quarter turns and you roll it, little quarter turn and you roll it. But here I'm doing like half turns because I want it to be rectangle to go over the top of my baking dish. So roll it out however seems fit for your dish that you're gonna put it in. But also, be very forgiving with yourself. You can trim away, you can piece together whatever looks messed up, and nobody's ever going to know the difference. Now we are getting ready to fill. If you want your filling a little bit thicker, you can either do a cornstarch or flour slurry, which is just equal parts flour or cornstarch with water. You mix it together and slowly add it into the base, and it'll thicken up. I did add just a little bit, but it didn't need a lot. It reduced enough for me. So I filled our pan, and now I'm just gonna lay that other pie crust over the top. And you're just going to take the bottom layer and the top layer and kind of pinch those edges together. And I just fold them over each other. It's not even that fancy. However you do it will work, I promise. But I just kind of do a little crimp along the edge. Just go all around, just pinch it all together. You mainly just want to make sure that it's sealed so nothing leaks out of the sides. Once you have everything all sealed up, I just take a little fork and just go around the whole edge of it and just kind of fork it all together. And then I will take a paring knife and I'll make some little incisions in the center of the pot pie just so some steam can escape and you don't end up with a big messy explosion in your oven. After we pierce those holes in the top of the pot pie, we're just going to put a little bit of egg wash over the top. I just use one egg. I just take one egg, I beat it very thoroughly, and then I just take my pastry brush and I brush it over the top. Some people like to add a little bit of water. Some people like to add a little bit of milk. Completely up to you. I just didn't feel like it at this time. So feel free to add it however you want, and you're just gonna brush that down over the top. And then it goes in the oven at 350, and you just let it bake for about 30 to 45 minutes. Or until everything is nice and golden brown and both crust have set up, and you'll be able to kind of see, you'll be able to kind of peek around the edges of the bottom, and you'll be able to tell when the bottom one has set up. So that's really all we're mainly looking for, because the filling is already been brought up to temperature. All the vegetables and everything inside of it are all cooked through. So it's really just about making sure those crusts get nice and golden and set. At this point in time, this has been probably about 15 to 20 minutes. And as you can see, it's getting nice and golden looking. If you wanted to, you could have even have brushed a little bit of extra butter over the top, would have been delicious. And I took it out at about 40 minutes is how long I fully went with this one. And just look at how good it looks. That crust was amazing. Oh my goodness. And then you just serve it up in some of your favorite dishes, and that's all of it. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. If you enjoyed this recipe, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know if there's anything else you guys are looking for. As always, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Bye.